And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
it's a Wednesday night.
It's drink time.
We are recording on Wednesday nights now and releasing on Fridays. Little switch.
To all of our dedicated listeners. So we're so concerned that we didn't have an episode on Wednesday.
You know,
I can't hear myself. Is it because my headphones aren't plugged into anything and the cord is just hanging out? Okay, there we go.
that's fantastic. That is so how our podcast runs.
Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor. Ripple.
So yeah, recording Wednesday nights.
Yes.
We have a beautiful, like probably one of the most beautiful drinks I've ever seen.
It's gorgeous.
It's like all the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's really pretty. We're going to put pictures of it on our Instagram. We've been meaning to do that, but we're not the most organized people in the world. But there will be pictures and drink recipes now, so you can drink with us.
Make them at home and then tag us and show us your creations.
This is a beautiful something dream.
Lucid
Dream drink. It's so pretty. It looks like a lava lamp.
It's literally, it's like really every color of the rainbow. Like red on top and then all the way down to like a blue on the bottom.
Yeah, it has, I know the blue is blue Curacao.
Curacao.
The yellow is pineapple juice. I think there's rum in it.
I think there's like Malibu, in it. And then the cherries are Old Smokies.
Yes, the Moonshine cherries. So it's good stuff, especially on a hot day like today.
Yeah, we're still melting in California. It was so crazy hot over the weekend.
Yeah, it was awful.
And we're on fire again.
Always. It's California. That's what we do.
I heard a bit of sad news the other day. I was like really upset about on Friday morning. I was watching the news over at Grandma's house, and they pretty much officially canceled Halloween.
You can't cancel Halloween. That's not a thing.
That's what they said.
No.
They said no door-to-door trick-or-treating, no trunk or treats, no get-togethers, no parties.
Absolutely not. I disagree. That's not a thing. You can't cancel Halloween. Sorry. No. What's that like super famous American quote about freedom and
justice for all?
No. Sacrificing something for freedom. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
The point is, Halloween is not canceled. That's not allowed.
I hope not. Because last year my Halloween got fucked up. And I had such kick-ass costumes. Remember?
Yeah.
We were Forrest Gump. And Nick was Lieutenant Dan in a wheelchair. And Eden was a effing box of chocolate.
Mm-hmm. I do remember.
Yeah, so I didn't want this year to be canceled because last year we had to freaking evacuate because of the fires.
Yeah, we both did. That was a fun time. That was before the Ripple podcast was a thing. But yeah, on Halloween of last year, Rosa and I live on opposite sides of a mountain.
Yes.
And there was a fire right in the middle
of us.
And it was coming down on either side. So we both had to evacuate. That's my story.
The end. Yeah. So last year's Halloween sucked.
Yeah.
This year, I heard it was canceled.
It's not. They can't.
It's my favorite holiday.
They don't have the power. At least Trader Joe's is still
in pumpkin mode.
And I'm very happy about that. In fact, I was watching Trader Joe's list bingo before.
Oh my gosh, she's playing. I forgot.
Yeah, you wouldn't have won.
Oh, really?
It was okay. Do we have to explain this?
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it?
No.
Okay. So there's this Instagram account called Trader Joe's List.
She's rad.
She's awesome. And it's just like this cult following of all of these Trader Joe's items. Like literally all she does is post and review like the newest item in Trader Joe's. And she started this account just as something to like show her friends like what they should get because it's really awesome and delicious. And now the account has something like 3 million followers. So she also has a YouTube channel where she, again, literally just like shops at Trader Joe's, comes home, pulls out item by item. It's amazing, and it's kind of weird that we're so obsessed with Trader Joe's.
Okay, wait, so explain the bingo.
Oh, okay.
For those
so
that don't know.
The bingo. I think it's like a new thing because I've never seen her do it before, but
No,
I
I
just
think- yeah.
happened to catch it today where she has like a bag of Trader Joe's items and she pulls them out one by one. And if you have them in your house,
You take a picture.
Take a picture. And once you get to 5, you have a bingo. And then you have to send a photo to her, like on her Instagram account, of all these 5 Trader Joe's items. And then she'll send you a gift card to
For
Trader Joe's.
What were the items?
Oh, amazing stuff that I don't own. There was like this black truffle butter.
Oh, no. Don't have that. Never bought it.
The like whipped maple cream.
I bought it. Don't like it.
I
Wouldn't
didn't
buy it
like
again.
it either, but the black truffle butter is freaking amazing. And I didn't know it was back in stock because they haven't had it since last year. Oat milk ice cream,
Nope.
which doesn't sound appealing to me.
Mm-mm.
Some wine.
Well, I got plenty of that.
Yeah, but you have to have the right kind. Spindrift, everything but the bagel seasoning.
Have that.
All kinds of amazing things.
I might have got a couple hits.
Yeah, it really makes me want to go shopping at Trader Joe's.
Fun. All right, you guys. So we mentioned that tonight's topic. Oh, by the way, I'm Rosa,
I'm Angela.
and this is the Ripple Podcast. And apparently this is how we're doing intros now.
Yep.
We
I
talk
love it.
about all kinds of stuff and things, and we do what we want because it's our podcast, damn it.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. But we did get an email from a listener because you guys did know that we were talking about lucid dreams. And I'm going to read it. I actually haven't read the whole thing.
I'm so excited. This
Because-
is our first email.
Like official
Listener
other
email.
than junk mail email. And I like I said, I didn't even read the whole thing yet. So,
well, and I still don't know how to check our email, so everything that we get is going to go to Rosa.
so if I win $1 million,
Well, if you have a Nigerian prince that's about to send you a couple $1 million.
Okay, so it starts out, hey, Rose and Angela. I love your podcast and look forward to it every week. I heard you guys were doing a lucid dream episode, and I have a sleeping condition that's similar. So I thought I'd write in to see if you guys are interested in it, too. It's called hypnagogic hallucinations.
Wait, want me to look that up?
Hypnagogic.
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 Hypnagogic. Okay, it's called hypnagogic hallucinations. And then in parentheses, they wrote, good luck saying that because I still have trouble with it.
Oh, she knows us.
Basically, it's a fancy way of saying hallucinations while you're falling asleep. There really isn't a cure for it, but it's triggered when I'm stressed out or a lot is going on in my life.
Wow.
Yay for anxiety and this crappy year.
We know all about that.
I've actually had these hallucinations my whole life. Oh my gosh. So total side note,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a workout today on the Peloton, and the instructors can see what's called like your leaderboard name, which is pretty much like your username.
Okay.
And this one person had the most fantastic leaderboard name. It was Control Alt, like ALT,
Yeah.
DEL, like Control Alt Delete,
Uh-huh.
2020. Isn't that so creative?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Okay, so back to the story. I've actually had these hallucinations my whole life, but only within the last 5 years or so have they become a lot more frequent and vivid. These hallucinations are different from lucid dreaming because your eyes are open.
Oh my God.
Oh, weird. And you completely believe that you're awake.
Oh my God.
I wish I was able to control what was going on during them, though, because they're usually very scary. Some nights they're bugs, like spiders crawling on me or a giant mosquito flying around the room.
Holy shit.
Other nights I've seen a camera drone floating over my head, and I completely believed aliens were watching me sleep. The scariest one has to be seeing a tentacle-like arms opening my curtains,
Oh no.
and I think a demon is coming in to get me. I feel bad for my husband since I usually wake him up screaming or yelling, and he has to calm me down.
Holy shit.
I've wondered if people have experienced these hallucinations in the past, and with less access to information or medical help, totally believed what they were seeing was real. Maybe this could possibly explain people thinking they were, quote, abducted by aliens, but that's just a theory. Thank you so much for reading my long email. I love the Ripple podcast so much. Keep up the good work. Love, Ashlyn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is I have never heard of that. Ashlyn, thank you so much for your email. That is insane.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. The drone one like gives me shivers down my back.
Oh, I was thinking the tentacles.
Wow.
That is crazy. So she didn't say like what she does for it, right? Just kind of like it's anxiety and just kind of try to get that
stressed out. But your eyes are open. So it's kind of
it's like almost like a twilight state.
Right.
Then. You know, that's the technical term.
Because you're asleep, but you are awake. I don't know. That's bizarre.
That is really crazy.
How do I say it again? Hypnagogic.
Let me pull it up again because I already forgot.
Hypnagogic, I want to say.
Here we go.
Hypnagogic.
Oh,
Hypnagogic.
Okay.
Hypnagogic. Wow. I'm going to look more into that. That's wild.
That would be fun to do an episode on that, too.
Yeah. I've had dreams where I wake up in the morning, like my alarm goes off, like in real life, and I'm trying to get up, but I'm not really up.
Like a sleep paralysis?
No, it's not, because I've had that too. But this is like in my dream, I'm turning my alarm off and getting up and like trying to start my day. But then like 2 minutes later, I realize I'm still in bed and sleeping. Does that make sense?
No. Tell me again.
Okay, so my alarm goes off in real life.
Got it.
In my dream, I turn my alarm off and get up out of bed and start my day.
Oh, but you're still asleep.
But I'm still asleep. And then like a minute goes by and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't actually get out of bed. And then I do it again. Like I've had it repeat like 5 times.
Weird.
Yeah.
What kind of alarm do you have?
It's just my phone. But now.
But is it beep, 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 or is it music?
It's like a little tone.
Okay, so it's not like the radio.
It's like but it's only like 3 little notes sort of thing. No, it's not like the radio.
Okay.
But now I keep my phone in the bathroom, so I actually have to physically get up out of bed to turn it off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's wild though. It's so annoying. It's like super frustrating. I don't know if that's considered lucid dreaming or not.
Well,
I guess it kind of is.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Get Ripple.
Sorry, Rosa just reminded me because I totally forgot that I was supposed to tell you that we're doing another giveaway. And this one's going to be a little bit different because I think I have enough little gift baskets for 4 or 5 listeners.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I went on.
You only have enough for 4.
For a cook. Because
I want one.
Okay. So a while ago, I was up super late and I started shopping online and I wanted to, like, I had this idea where I was going to make like this anti-stress kit, just like fuck 2020. And it's, should I say where the inspiration came from or is that, yeah, I'm going to say it because we don't have anybody who's going to get
We can
mad
always
at us.
bleep it out.
So if you listen to any other podcast that actually has sponsors, they have this thing called a FabFitFun box. And lately, I don't know, I guess I was just in a mood. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck your FabFitFun box.
That's what these should be called. Fuck FabFitFun.
No, but we came up with a name for it. And I already forgot. It was like anxious, stressed, and
pissed off or
something like that instead of FabFitFun. So I got like all of these fun little things online, and I'll post a picture of the kit. And it's just like a
Feel better kit.
Yeah, you know, like a chill out.
We're with you in this.
But a strange and unusual twist on it.
There's all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, there's like this black candle and some crystals, even though I don't believe in the whole crystal magic thing, but I think they look really pretty.
So powerful.
Yeah, natural calm.
Natural calm that you can drink.
Yeah. So
Some like white sage.
I don't know if I got that.
Oh, I have that.
Oh, you have it?
Mhm,
Okay, you can add it.
We're putting stuff together. So what do they have to do to win?
Oh, so we were just discussing before we started recording that you can send us an email, a listener story, and you'll be entered to win.
About anything strange or unusual.
Yeah, so anything just like Ashlyn sent us her dream story. You can send us a ghost story. You can send us a story about your creepy neighbor, about what else?
A weird dream you had. Maybe an experience with the
Aliens.
supernatural.
That one time you saw Sasquatch.
Or just maybe tell me about your favorite Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm bummed out about that still. But anyways, our email is theripplepodcast@gmail.com. And we would love to hear your listener stories. And we're going to pick some winners.
Yep.
What, do they have a deadline? This is your giveaway, so you're in charge.
How about until October?
Oh, till October.
Yeah, because maybe we can do a fun listener story episode for Halloween.
Oh,
We can do cocktails and ghost stories.
Get Ripple.
So here's my sources: Healthline, Medical News Today, Medicine Net, Lucid Dream Society, and then also Reddit and Facebook. I'm going to be doing some science-y stuff in here.
I love it.
And I was never real good at science.
I have a degree in it.
And I barely passed science. So we'll see how this goes. This was very interesting, though. So I kind of was into this kind of science.
Okay.
So sleep is promoted by natural cycles of activity in the brain and consists of two basic states. Do you know those basic states?
Rapid eye movement.
Correct. REM.
And
not the band.
What's the other one?
Non-REM.
Oh,
I know. Kind of
well,
a trick.
I was technically I was right.
So there's the rapid eye movement sleep and then the non-REM sleep. And then that non-REM sleep actually has 4 like subcategories. So it's like stages 1 through 4.
Okay.
So when a person sleeps, their body cycles between non-REM and REM sleep. And typically people begin the sleep cycle when a period of non-REM sleep is followed by a very short period of REM. And the REM sleep is the one where obviously your eyes are like tracking back and forth and you're in the deep, deep sleep.
It's super creepy.
And that happens around 90 minutes after you have fallen asleep.
Oh,
which I thought was interesting.
My dog sleeps with her eyes open.
Oh, it's so weird.
So I'll post a video on the Instagram of an example of what rapid eye movement looks like under the eyelids.
It's so creepy.
She looks possessed.
Yeah, she fully does. She is.
No, she's a sweet girl.
Dreams actually can occur in any stage of sleep. So it doesn't have to be in the REM.
Really? I didn't know that.
I didn't either. It's more common and the more lucid dreaming happens in REM, but a dream can happen in any stage of sleep. The period of non-REM sleep is made up of the 4 stages, and then each of those stages only lasts anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. So stage 1 is called sleep readings, and that shows where a 50% reduction in activity between wakefulness and stage 1 sleep. So your eyes are closed in stage 1, and if someone wakes you up, you may not feel like you actually fell asleep.
Okay.
It's such a light sleep. In stage 2, it's also a light sleep. And then there's polysomnographic readings, which is like
a big fancy word.
It's a super big word, but it's pretty much like recording your brain waves and like your oxygen level in your blood and your heart rate and breathing. So it's kind of when they're doing sleep studies. That's what they're doing. Yeah. It shows intermittent peaks and valleys, which indicate spontaneous periods of your muscle tone mixed with periods of muscle relaxing. So you're still in a light sleep, but your muscles are tightening, your brain waves are spiking and then decreasing, but it's still not a solid hard sleep.
So it's like an in-between state.
Right.
Okay.
Your heart rate will also start to slow in stage 2, and your body temperature decreases, which is getting your body ready for the deep sleep.
Got it.
And then stages 3 and 4, they kind of flip-flop back and forth.
Flip-flop.
And those are the deep sleep stages. And stage 4 is the more intense one. These stages are known as slow wave or delta sleep. And then during the non-REM sleep, your body is repairing itself and it's regenerating tissues, it's building bone and muscle, and it appears to be strengthening the immune system.
Okay.
And then the older you get, the less non-REM sleep you get. People under the age of 30 have about 2 hours of restorative sleep every night, while those over 65 may only get 30 minutes.
Maybe there's just not much left to restore.
Maybe you're just Done.
Slowly dying after the age of 30.
Pretty much. So REM sleep occurs approximately 90 minutes after a person falls asleep, and the first period of REM typically lasts around 10 minutes. And then with each reoccurring REM stage, it lengthens, and the final one lasts an hour. So it's kind of going through these stages: 1, 2, 3, 4 REM, 1, 2, 3, 4 REM, 1, 2, 3, 4 REM. So your last, if you're doing a full-on sleep, your last REM could be like an hour long.
I think my Fitbit shows that.
Oh, really?
Does you have an Apple Watch, right?
I don't sleep with it though.
Oh, see, I use it like mostly for sleep because I only get like 6 hours of sleep on a good day.
So that it should be tracking like your heart rate and your breathing speed up or down.
I totally look at it. It has REM, light, deep, and awake.
Oh, that's it.
Crazy, huh?
That's totally what I'm saying. That's so cool. While you're in REM, your face or your fingers or your legs may twitch. You know, like how people, you see that every so often. That's like a indication that they're having REM sleep. So a dream. And this is one that I got off of Reddit. So people were posting their lucid dreams. And so I'm throwing these in here as kind of fun stories.
Okay.
So this is the first one. The most fun lucid dreams I have are the ones in which I'm visiting new cities and I can go in any store I want and take everything I want and imagine. No people to stop me. Every food I try in my lucid dreams tastes amazing. And candy shops are a must-have in a lot of my lucid dreams.
Wow, that sounds like a good time.
Also, when I was a kid, I dreamed I had a TV with only commercials with stuff that I like, and knowing that I'm in a dream, I would stick my hand in the TV and I'd grab the objects and would just take them.
How fun.
Right?
Wait,
it's such a happy little dream.
I might be skipping ahead and maybe you'll tell me later, but like, are these people who have trained themselves to lucid dream?
These stories are not.
These stories are just accidental lucid dreaming?
They know what lucid dreams are. They know how to use them, but they haven't necessarily like trained to lucid dream.
Then how did they do it? It just happened?
It's just a natural. They figured it out.
Huh.
Because some people like want to lucid dream.
Yeah. I've heard
so
of
they
that.
take the steps to almost force themselves to.
Right.
For some people, it just comes naturally.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, because I had a friend in college who was studying like neuroscience. She was like super smart, way smarter than me. And she was in the process of training herself to lucid dream. And
so cool.
It was. But also something that I guess happens when you're doing that is that you can sometimes accidentally put yourself into sleep paralysis. Mm-hmm. So you're like just locked in syndrome where you can't move your limbs. You're fully aware of everything going on around you, but you literally cannot move.
Oh, it's
super scary. I've had it for like a few seconds, but
I think a few seconds is pretty normal. If you're in a true lucid dream state, though, you usually can get yourself out of a bad situation. But there is a big difference between lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis.
Right. But I think it's just like becoming more and more aware of your dream state that sometimes those can like cross over.
Absolutely.
Which I don't know. Am I like jumping ahead?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Because the other thing I was thinking, especially while you were telling your story about that lucid dream, is how exhausting it must be. Like, I feel like you wouldn't have a restful night's sleep.
Okay, so that is like something that comes up. And when people that have, actually do research on lucid dreams and stuff, they say that their actual waking time is just as rested as a normal sleep.
That's so bizarre because I feel like your brain never really gets a rest.
Yeah, but your brain is still dreaming a lot of the time.
That's true.
You just don't necessarily remember.
You're not aware of it because it's so bizarre that like you are fully turned off and your body is recovering and resting, yet your brain is still creating
go
pictures and
and they say that we use like 10 to 12% of our brain.
That much.
So what's the other 90% doing?
I would think performing bodily functions that you're not conscious of.
Well, that's part of it, but there's way more. Our brain does so much more than we know.
I feel like we should be on a Joe Rogan Experience right now, and we both need like a giant bong in front of us. Does he smoke out of a bong? No, he probably smokes out of a pipe, huh?
Maybe a vape.
Maybe.
All right, I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
So most of the time when a person is dreaming, they don't even know they're dreaming until they wake up and possibly remember parts of their dream, at least for a little while. And I know I will wake up and I'll go like, oh my gosh, that dream was so crazy. I can't wait to tell Angela about it later. And then later comes and I'm like, oh, what was my dream about?
You've got to put it in your phone.
Notes. Part of it is having a dream journal, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. But that's pretty typical. A lot of people experience that. But when
Your
a person
brain deletes it.
Yeah. Why?
Because it's not useful information.
Control Alt Delete 2020. But when a person is having a lucid dream, they are not only aware that they're dreaming, but they can control the dream. So that's kind of like a dummy version of lucid dreaming. You can control the dream, not just a vivid dream, as in lucid. You're able to recognize your thoughts, the way things feel, smell, taste as the dream is happening. You're able to control the dream and change it to your liking. You can change the people, the location, or even the entire storyline to something that you want it to be. And so I was having this Facebook conversation with this girl that has very typically has
like regular
lucid dreams. Yes,
okay,
on a regular
gotcha.
basis. And she's like, yeah, they can be really weird. My dreams are usually crazy and complicated with all kinds of intricate twists and turns. I meet all kinds of people that are supposedly from, quote, other worlds. And I fly a lot. Very lucid and vivid. I can feel the wind on my face. Fly through clouds towards stars. And it feels so real. Sometimes it rains and I feel the raindrops on my skin. I don't know how my brain comes up with that shit, but it can be fun. I have a few red flags that indicate that I'm dreaming. Once I notice those, I can manipulate the dream.
That's so cool.
So the things that she notices are like her teeth will start to wiggle or fall out or crumble.
Okay, why is that such a common dream thing?
I've heard because people grind their teeth when they sleep.
Oh, that's probably what I'm doing. I'm supposed to wear a
Mouth guard?
Yeah, I don't.
The other one is I'm in water over my head. She says,
that's terrifying.
Yeah, but it doesn't scare her because she's like, okay, once I've got water, I know I'm in a dream, so now I just swim up.
She's just a mermaid.
And then she puts someone who has been deceased for a very long time is there, and I can fly. Or her like, I know I'm for sure in a dream, so let me start having
because those
control.
Are all very common dream subjects.
But she has trained, I'm going to use that word, to know this is a dream, this is not real.
Well, that's like that movie.
Yeah, that one.
What is it? Inception, where he has
with Leo.
Okay, yeah, and he has the spinner top thing.
So you know how I am with movies, and I think you're the same way. It's really hard for us to get through a full movie.
I've never
fall asleep, or
isn't that ironic
that both you and I can't
that we
sit
both
through a movie?
fall asleep in Inception and we haven't been able to finish it?
So I tried watching it, and it's super good. It's very entertaining, and
I haven't gotten that far to know how good it is.
Okay, well, I tried watching it probably 3 times in the course of a week for preparing for this podcast.
Wow, you do a lot more research than I do.
This is a really interesting topic for me. I was like super into it, and I couldn't get through the whole movie. Not because it wasn't good, not because I didn't like it, because I just
have ADD.
Yeah, I couldn't. But this is a quote from that movie. So Leonardo, he plays this character Dom Cobb, and he says, quote, "Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize that something was actually strange." I was like, whoa, that's super cool. Because like when you're in your dream, you're like, this is like
normal.
There's a mermaid swimming next to me and a dragon flying above me, and there's a guy in a box, and I'm okay with all of this.
Yeah.
But you wake up and you're like, what the hell was that?
Right.
So I thought that was kind of cool. About 55% of people have experienced one or more lucid dreams in their lifetime. But however, frequent lucid dreaming is more rare.
Have you ever had a lucid dream?
Not that I know of.
See, I don't think I have either,
I've
other than
vivid vivid dreams. But I don't think I have any control of them.
Right. I think if I do have any sort of control, it's very, very little control. And I think the closest thing that I've ever had to a lucid dream is what I described before, where I'm getting up, but I'm not. Well, that wouldn't even be a lucid dream because I'm not aware that I'm still dreaming.
Well, and I've had dreams where I'm aware that I'm dreaming and I'm trying to wake up and I can't.
Oh, yeah, I've had that too.
So I'm like, wake up, Rosa, this is a dream, wake up. But I'm not like, I can't change what's happening in that dream.
Exactly. Yes, I've had that very same experience.
But I wouldn't consider that a lucid dream either.
Maybe like partial. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, only 23% of people have lucid dreams at least once a month. So lucid dreams, like most dreams, happen when a person is in the REM sleep. And while you're in REM, your brain is super, super active and your heart rate goes up, your eye movements increase. And then for some people, lucid dreaming occurs spontaneously, but many other people can actually train themselves to dream lucidly. And that's what we were talking about at the beginning.
Yeah.
So why would someone want to learn how to lucid dream other than it sounds like freaking awesome?
So you can fly and breathe underwater and eat all of the candy at the candy store and pull things out of commercials.
All in the same dream. Some people have recurring nightmares to the point of not wanting to sleep.
Oh,
remember like Freddy Krueger?
Okay.
How he like goes into people's dreams. And I mean, that's kind of how Inception was. Like they kind of went into people's dreams, I think. I think that's how.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been like a lot of years since I even tried to watch that movie.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Is okay.
If you want to watch it.
Maybe.
But yeah, so you know how Freddy went into dreams and he like, killed people. But those people in those movies, they didn't want to go to sleep because they were so afraid of having that nightmare again.
So you learn how to lucid dream and you kill your monsters.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool.
So if a person is dealing with extreme stress, anxiety, depression, hello, 2020.
All of them, all the time.
If they're not getting enough good quality sleep, like due to a sleep disorder, like narcolepsy is one of them, or medication, substance abuse, or PTSD, they can also trigger nightmares. So there's a lot of, reasons a nightmare may occur and may occur frequently.
Yeah.
And since you have control during a lucid dream and you know that you're dreaming, changing that nightmare into something more enjoyable is totally doable.
Have you ever had a reoccurring nightmare?
The only reoccurring nightmare I've ever had is that one I told you about before, when I'm stuck in that old house and like going through the different walls and trying to find my way out.
And you're just trapped.
But it's always the same house. It's always super creepy. Yeah.
So you could lucid dream and like
find my way out.
Yeah.
Or find why I'm there.
Right. Or like demolish the whole thing and build a castle. Like or whatever.
Elsa.
Yes.
Frozen.
Yes.
Do you have recurring nightmares?
I've had them. I don't really anymore, and I don't really know why. Maybe because I just got distracted with other things. But yeah, I've had reoccurring nightmares about plane crashes.
Well, is that PTSD, you think?
I don't know. Maybe.
When did those start happening?
After I saw a plane crash.
Well, that could be.
Maybe.
Was that Reno?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all kind of suffer from a little bit of PTSD there. But you don't have them anymore.
No. I mean, maybe, see, now that I say this, it's just going to like acknowledge that.
I know.
And like flip it on in my brain. And now I'm going to start having reoccurring dreams about, I mean, I feel like we have to explain this now that we mentioned it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
go.
So our family goes to the Reno Air Races every year. And
okay, not every year.
Well,
but like
frequently.
A few times. Several times.
Yeah. And it's this crazy air racing event with these super fast airplanes that are like modified to fly, 500 miles an hour?
It's like NASCAR on crack.
That's pretty much what they call it.
Flying
in the air.
In the air.
Well, one year, what was it? 2000 and...
Don't remember.
So 2012?
I don't know.
Anyways, we have these, they call them the box seats. So we're sitting right on the tarmac. and there was this airplane that spiked up into the air and started.
It stalled.
Yeah, and the pilot, they think passed out due to the G-forces and just went straight into the crowd. Probably 150 feet away from us?
I'm really close.
Way too close. Our brother Eric noticed it happening, and
yeah, I saw it going straight up.
Well, he saw it coming straight down, and he grabbed.
I did it.
Oh,
yeah.
Eric did. He grabbed the two of us and pretty much slammed us to the ground. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Oh, I do. I vividly
The one crazy thing that I remember about that whole day is that you were using my camera because you forgot to bring your camera, and you're like, oh, I want to take these great pictures. And you took my camera and you walked like right up to like as far as you could go before like you're not allowed to go onto the runway pretty much.
Right.
And you're like trying to take pictures, and for whatever reason, my camera just
stopped working. Mm-hmm.
And had you been there,
I would be dead.
You would have been hit by the plane.
Absolutely.
Which is gnarly.
Pretty much.
Now we're definitely going to have nightmares.
Pretty much where I was standing was where the plane crashed.
Right.
And I came back to where our family was, and I was super frustrated. I'm like, Angela, what is the deal with your camera? I can't get it to work.
And it was like too late.
And
the show's going.
It was that same race, I believe.
It was.
And I don't know, 2 minutes later, the plane crashed.
Yeah.
And I remember Eric grabbing the two of us and slamming us to the ground.
I don't remember that at all.
Because his knees got all scratched up because he
really
hit the ground so hard. Yeah.
And I do remember that he said like his ears were ringing like crazy. He's like, oh my gosh, that's the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Which, yeah. And I didn't hear it at all.
I didn't either.
It was complete silence to me.
Me too.
So.
It's interesting. If you want to see, I mean, don't watch the crash, but if you want to see images afterwards, the plane was gone. It disintegrated into the ground.
I don't think there really was any footage of the crash itself.
Well, that's good. But it was a very traumatic experience, and I believe that all of us have suffered some PTSD from that. I for the longest time hearing an airplane engine, like one of those older engines, would kind of like wake me up a little bit.
Yeah,
kind of bring it all back. But anyways, I hope you don't have any nightmares from that.
Well, I have my whole relaxation kit.
With your black candle and your crystals?
Yes, and my calm.
Yes, take that. Lots of it. Or just lucid dream, and instead of having the airplane crash, have it land very safely.
Oh, that would be nice.
So there's this guy, Dr. Aspie, he's from a university in Australia, and he's a researcher who specializes in lucid dreaming. And this is a quote from him. It says, let's say you're being attacked by someone in a nightmare. You could try to talk to the attacker. You could ask them, why are you appearing in my dreams? Or what do you need to resolve this conflict with me? Some people, he added, take on superpowers or special abilities so they can fight back against the attacker. And then you can also try to escape. So things like flying away or even doing techniques to deliberately wake up from the nightmare. And then lucid dreaming can also help people with phobias. So like what Ashlyn was saying, like the spiders or fear of heights, or if it was me, if there were clowns showing up in your dream, scary things like that. That Dr. Aspie, he says, if a person has a particular phobia, then their lucid dream environment provides an interesting opportunity to do things like exposure therapy, where you gradually expose yourself to the thing you're afraid of and attempt to gradually overcome that fear. So it's a dream. It's not real. Yes, you're afraid of spiders, and yes, there are spiders crawling all over you, but it's just a dream. So maybe that can help you deal with that phobia.
That seems so scary. Because, like, what if you just because you're not going to be a perfect lucid dreamer. Like, I feel like it takes some practice. Oh,
does that stress you out?
Stresses me out. It kind of reminds me, too, of, did you ever watch House of Keys?
No.
Oh, it's such a good, you should watch it.
It's a TV show?
It's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
It's like fantasy. It's a little bit Black Mirror-ish, but if you imagine Black Mirror, maybe that's not a good analogy. It's kind of, Twilight Zone. I don't know.
That's Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah, but it's like the teenager version.
Okay. And
It's
called
really good.
Keys? The
Yes.
Keys?
Key House.
Key House.
House of Keys?
House
Key
of Keys. Something with keys.
Something with keys. It's on Netflix.
Keys, keys, keys.
Keys on Van Nuys. There's going to be like one person who understands that.
Okay, so the way this can help with the exposure therapy is because the dream is realistic, but also gives the dreamer the ability to feel safe. Again, in a lucid dream state, you're aware that you're dreaming, so you can examine and explore your fear and still be in control of the situation. Another thing that lucid dreams can help with is motor skills.
Oh, wild. Okay.
Super cool. And this would be really, I think, beneficial to anyone. So like when a person visualizes physical movements, it can actually help them increase the ability to be able to do them. So it's kind of like positive thinking in a way. Remember that whole like
The Secret?
book? Well, when visualizing this particular physical movement, you can increase your ability, and you can do it through lucid dreaming. So you can mentally practice like these motor skills.
Oh, okay.
So when you perform motor skills while dreaming, your brain's sensory motor cortex activates. This is a little science lesson for you.
You made all of that up.
I didn't. I don't know what I'm saying,
But it sounds good.
but it's something. So the sensory motor cortex is the part of your brain that controls movement.
Okay.
And the ability to lucid dream, it could help like patients possibly that need like physical rehabilitation, if they have like a disability, or just like the average person that wants to improve their weightlifting ability or their pitching of a perfect baseball game or something. So if you in your lucid dream are lifting 45 pounds by your little toe, maybe you can increase that in real life.
Oh, I was thinking like you're practicing the movement.
You are, but you're also, it's a lot of it is the positive.
Okay. Like
Kind of.
it builds your confidence because like your brain has done those movements already, so it's not like as scary. Because I know like when I'm weightlifting, sometimes I'll get to a weight where I'm like, I could probably do it, but I'm psyching myself out and I'm getting scared and I'm like getting,
But if you can do it in your lucid dream, you know what to do, how to do it. I mean, supposedly.
Yeah, it's like confidence building.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting.
But it also has to do with, your brain that's doing that movement.
Yeah.
So if you've done it 100 times in your dream,
Right.
maybe doing it in real life while you're awake will be that much easier.
Well, it seems like it's just like I'm sure you've heard a million times before, visualization. Like before you do your ballet performance or before your piano recital, whatever, just visualize it.
Going through all the steps in your head. Then for people like me that can't visualize, it's a little more difficult.
I still think that's a myth.
All right, I'm going to tell you another dream.
Okay.
This one is from Reddit. I love it after a long, bad day when you go to bed and have a lucid dream. I can imagine I'm in a very beautiful landscape, all peace and quiet. You can have whoever you want right next to you, whether that person is someone who died or someone you never met. Sometimes I'm taking a walk with my dead grandpa and just talk. You do know in lucid dreaming that the person you choose to see is dead, but it doesn't scare you. It's comforting being able to have a hug from someone you can't have it from in real life. I think that the most beautiful part of lucid dreaming is making a perfect day and living it in your head and feeling like it was real and remembering it perfectly. It makes up for a lot of bad days.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So you had a super shitty day at work.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just going to go to sleep and things are going to be better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Because if you think about, too, how much of your life you're spending asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can create that reality to be something like amazing and spectacular and like the exact life you want to live, that's really valuable.
Now, and I didn't see any of this anywhere, but I would almost wonder if it could be an addiction.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because the lucid dreams are so much better than real life. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm making stuff up, but I wonder.
I mean, have you ever had a NyQuil dream?
Oh, those are bizarre.
Those are kind of awesome, though.
I wouldn't want to be stuck in one of those.
No, but they're kind of great. Like, I could
They're
see
kinda
how people
fun.
could get addicted to NyQuil just for the dreams.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, NyQuil dreams are just
Bizarre.
like
They're the
absolutely
weirdest of weird.
bonkers.
So some people compare lucid dreaming to like virtual reality. So they're strictly for entertainment rather than like trying to face your phobia or improving your motor control.
Okay.
And people that are experienced with lucid dreaming can, and I kind of like relate it to, remember, did you ever read those choose your own adventure books as a kid?
Yeah.
So I kind of like kept thinking of them like that.
Uh-huh.
Like, do I want to go to the door in the tree or do I want to go down the hole? Okay, I want to go to the door in the tree, so I'm going to go to page 13. And I feel like that's kind of like in the lucid dreams. So people get to visit people or places kind of similar to a movie or book. And then I asked again on the Facebook page, and this is another one that someone said that I thought was super cool. So it says, I used to have lucid dreams all the time, and I still have them a couple times a month. For me, something happens. It can be good or bad. And if I don't like it, so I can almost rewind and change it, and then it goes on from there. It actually,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, they can just like backplay. It actually happened last night in a really weird dream, but at one point I didn't like it where it was going, so I took control, went back a few scenes, and changed it. Another way to describe it, your dream is like a story you are reading, and when you don't like something, you suddenly realize, I am the writer, and you tear up the last few pages and then write it again and live out those pages.
That's awesome.
So if you want to learn how to lucid dream, this is what you do.
Now.
So if you're already a natural lucid dreamer, and neither of us
Congratulations, you're special.
skip ahead. But for the rest of us mere mortals, and you want to improve your lucid dreaming, this is what you need to do. So since lucid dreaming usually occurs when you're in the REM state, obviously getting more REM sleep seems pretty obvious, right? Getting enough sleep in general and practicing good sleep habits, those will help you get through all the sleep cycles. If you follow a sleep schedule, which I know you're a lot better at than I am.
I try.
You try to go to bed at a certain time. That's really beneficial. Getting daily exercise is really important. And I think part of the daily exercise is just helps you, sleep.
Yeah, it helps you fall asleep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so anyway. And it helps like de-stress.
Oh,
I think so. Like when you fall, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean.
Exercise is just good all around. It gives you endorphins. Endorphins, people. Yeah. So
Don't kill your husband.
avoiding electronics at least an hour before bed. I'm horrible at that. I'll fall asleep to Netflix.
Oh, me too. It's so bad. And I have gotten better. Like I said, I don't have my cell phone in my bedroom anymore, but I still have a TV in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm falling asleep watching Friends on Amazon Prime.
For the first, I don't even know how many years of marriage, I refused to have a TV in the bedroom. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. And now Nick has an iPad on his side of the bed and I have my laptop on my side of the bed.
Oh, wow. You guys are like doubling up on the blue light. Have you ever used blue light blockers? Do you do that?
I bought a pair for Eden to wear while she's doing her
that's
distance
good.
learning.
Yeah.
And I have a pair I don't wear enough.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have them. I just like don't
Use
use
them.
them.
And then also avoiding caffeine or alcohol before bed. So cheers me with your alcoholic drink next to our Starbucks.
Yeah, that's a great combo.
Dream journals also will help you remember your dreams. And those almost force you to think about them. So most people take a few minutes right after they wake up to write down what they dreamt about, and then they refer back to the dream journals at later dates to kind of like increase that memory.
Right. We should do this.
Dream journals. Now check this out. So this also helps your brain become more aware of when you're dreaming. So you're like you're dreaming, then when you wake up, you're like, okay, I needed
That
to
was a
remember
dream.
that.
Uh-huh.
but then also doubling up and keeping a regular journal, because what some say is that your dream journal and your daily life journal, you can start to see connections between the two. Which I thought was really cool to kind of like, if you're going to help like analyze your dream.
Yeah, I don't even know how we didn't even discuss that. But that's like an entirely other podcast. I can't talk anymore. You know what I mean.
Dream analyzations.
Yes.
Is that a word? Analyzation?
Analysis.
Yeah, that word. Mm-hmm. But isn't that cool?
That's super cool.
I loved that.
That seems like a lot of work though.
A lot. Like, I usually wake up and like, oh, God. Okay, let's go.
But I think we should do that for 1 week.
Okay.
And then
I'll
we'll
do it for a
report
week.
back. And just like, maybe just a voice memo on your phone. And that's just...
I had a dream last night.
What was it? Tell me.
Oh, no. I'm saying like that's what I would say.
Oh. I thought you were going to tell me about your dream.
No.
Yeah.
I actually did have a dream that I wanted to share with you on the podcast.
And it's gone?
Didn't write it down. Totally don't remember it.
I think when your alarm goes off in the morning...
Mm-hmm.
Take
Journal time.
like a 1 minute voice memo.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Okay. And
That'd
we'll
be cool.
report back next episode.
Next Wednesday. Okay. So there's something called reality testing, and that will help you learn how to lucid dream as well. It trains your mind to recognize your own awareness while you're awake. Awake, not asleep.
Okay.
Awake. So
Like
doing
pinching yourself.
that's one of them. Not necessarily pinching, like ouch, but like doing a reality check throughout the day. So like if you look in a mirror in a dream, your reflection isn't going to look normal. And then like you said, pinching, like if you pinch your nose closed in a dream, you'll still be able to breathe. Or tattoos, because you and I both have plenty of tattoos. If you look at your tattoos in a dream, they're not going to be your tattoos. They're going to be different. And then there was another one like reading, like if you read a sign or something and then you look away for a minute and then you look back and read the sign, the words are different. So those are kind of ways to know like, okay, if the words are the same, I'm awake. But if the words are different, I'm in a dream. One of the most common ones is like pushing a solid object or pushing your fingers together. So if you push against a wall, your hand can go through a wall in a dream. But something that people can do like throughout the day and not look like a freak, like you're pushing your nose, is just like squeezing your hand together, making a fist or pushing your fingers together, because sometimes those fingers will go through each other in a dream.
Oh, this is creeping me out.
So if you do that throughout the day, like this is your reality test.
So you create your own dream till.
Yeah.
Okay.
And different, obviously different people have different ones that are going to work for them.
Uh-huh. So again, it's kind of like the top.
Totally.
Yeah,
That was
spinning
his.
the top. If it kept spinning.
Then he
Yeah.
was awake. Mm-hmm.
No, if it kept spinning, he was in a dream.
Oh, but if it stopped,
Then he was awake.
then he
right?
was awake.
Isn't
yeah.
that? I don't remember.
Obviously, neither of us got through the movie.
Yeah.
So, but they say, choose one of these reality checks and then do it a few times a day, like to kind of get into the habit. And that'll make it easier to do when you're actually in a dream. And then there was something called Wake Back to Bed, or WBTB. And that's when you pretty much set your alarm 5 hours after bedtime. So it'll wake you up.
No.
And then you go
I
back
don't like
to
this
sleep.
idea at all.
And in that case, you'll be more likely to enter REM sleep while you're still conscious.
I'll be more likely to be super pissed off in the morning.
Because you don't go back to sleep.
No.
So 5 hours.
Uh-uh.
But there are some people, which I think is really strange, like they can function on 5 hours of sleep every single day. Like
My
that's
boss
all
is
they
like
need.
that. He's totally like that.
Brian from the airport is like that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I regularly will get 5 hours of sleep, but I'm not happy about it.
Right. No,
I
this
shouldn't
is
say regularly, but like
no, this is like
frequently?
a daily thing, and like they've been that way since they were kids.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound fun to me.
Uh-uh.
I like to sleep. So a couple things of caution with lucid dreaming, and it's kind of what I said. I don't know if it's factual or not, but like the possibility of becoming obsessive or addicted to it. there is something called derealization.
That should be like the tagline to our podcast. I don't know if it's factual or not,
But it sounded good.
but it sounded good.
Can we put that on there? Yeah. Lucid dreaming induction. This is derealization. It's when it meshes reality and dreaming, making it difficult to tell what's real and what's actually a dream. So if you can't do that really well, or disassociation, and that's the overlap of reality and dreaming. So it's kind of causing the disconnect between what's real and fake. It's not dangerous. No one's going to get like stuck in a dream. Dr. Askey, he did say that people with certain mental health problems probably shouldn't like try to force themselves to lucid dream. People with schizophrenia is an example because, they may have like the difficulty distinguishing between hallucinations and then real life events.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
And then in some cases that the lucid dreaming might actually make that condition worse.
Yeah, I could see that. Like I could see it. I feel like if you have something like a serious PTSD or something and you're trying to use lucid dreaming to treat that, it should be under the guidance of a mental health professional, because I could also see how it could make that way worse. Like if you're constantly reliving it intentionally, it might not
be beneficial
great for your psyche, but that's interesting.
So I'm going to end on one kind of funny dream.
Okay.
And that says, I was driving on a desert highway. If I remember correctly, I could hear the song Bat Out of Hell. The sky looked amazing, as they always do in lucid dreams. Eventually, I arrived at some castle with a giant demon thing in front of it. Somehow, I found myself holding a sword. So I jumped up 20 feet into the sky because gravity wasn't working anymore.
That's so awesome.
And I had an epic sky battle with the demon.
Oh, fun.
Afterward, I entered the castle where I was the king. Apparently there I fucked my crush.
What?
Afterward, I ate M&Ms for some reason. Anyway, that dream felt like a whole hour. Never had such a long lucid dream.
Wow.
And that's from Funky 2002 from Reddit. And I just cracked up. I'm like, he's just having some great sex with some chick, and then he has M&Ms after fighting a demon with a sword. I'm like, that sounds like so much fun.
That is definitely an endorsement for lucid dreaming, if there ever was one.
So that's my story on lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Science lesson 101.
I like it. I think that should be our goal by next week.
We should be able to lucid dream.
Yeah, we'll be pros by then.
Well, a couple episodes ago, we kind of made a joke about lucid dreaming. Remember, we were saying we're going to lucid dream and meet each other in Target and walk around and drink Starbucks with no mask on.
With no masks on. Oh, that is the dream.
All right. Anything else we want to add? Do we want to do a last thought and a shot?
Yes.
Okay. Last thought and a shot. Last thought and a shot. Last thought and a shot.
I hate it.
I worked really hard on that song.
Okay, let's have... Oh, you already finished your drink.
Yeah. Speed up, would you?
Okay. Well, here we go. I have a story hot off the presses. This is one from just... Thanks for that.
I'm really good at sound effects right now.
This is one from just a couple days ago, and it is about the Dreamcatcher AI. Have you heard of this?
No, but I used to have a dream catcher above my bed.
Oh, we should do a Dreamcatcher giveaway.
Okay.
I love Dreamcatchers.
We could make them.
So
I learned how to
beautiful.
make them in summer camp one year.
They're really pretty.
Okay.
So the Dreamcatcher is an AI that could help analyze the world's
AI, artificial intelligence.
A robot, as they say.
A robot.
That could help analyze the world's dreams. And what they found by analyzing like 24,000 dreams, I think, or maybe more, is that our dreams reflect what we collectively experience as a population. Does that make sense at all? You're rolling your eyes. So
I'm not rolling them. I'm thinking. Like that's my eyeballs go up when I think. So No. And explain that to me a little bit more.
So, for example, right now we are in this pandemic, and collectively as a population, we have been experiencing more dreams that indicate that we're experiencing stress from this pandemic.
Correct.
So, for example, a lot of people are experiencing dreams related to disease, illness, having bugs crawling on them.
Yes, I've heard of this.
So that's kind of an indication that your mind is processing this information that you're receiving on a daily basis about the potential of becoming sick. So the dreams, like when we talk about dream analysis, it might not be as subtle or like hidden as we once thought it was, because remember how like you would read a dream analysis book, and like if your teeth were crumbling, it was an indication that you had something to say and you couldn't get it out. And when in reality, it might just be like, oh, you saw more Colgate ads
Before you went to sleep.
Right, exactly. Or like what you said before, you're grinding your teeth. But you know. So I think that's super fascinating that they actually have artificial intelligence analyzing stuff.
So is it like you dream and then you enter your dream into a computer and it like spits out something Willy Wonka status?
So they use this thing called a dream bank, and there's like a whole link where I could look at how they actually collected it. I want to say that it's a voice collection, like you called up a number and you recorded what your dream was, because they talk about like different cadences in your voice and stuff, and they analyzed that as well to indicate whether you were afraid or whether
Talking
you
fast.
were nervous or happy or whatever about your experience in your dream. So I think it's super fascinating. I haven't read that much about it. I spent like 10 minutes reading about it. But we could do a whole episode on this. It's like, it's crazy.
That's really cool.
It's telling you like what the whole population is experiencing.
Well, and I did hear like similar to what's going on right now with the pandemic, but after 9/11, there was a huge increase of vivid dreams and relating to, you know, airplanes crashing and buildings and stuff like that. So when there is like a worldwide travesty, I'm going to say.
Or even a regional one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting how people kind of get on the same
wavelength.
Dream length.
Dream length.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I'd like to read more about it.
I've always been into dreams. Like when I was,
too.
I don't even know. I probably, before high school, probably junior high, I had like a dream book and I'd look it up.
I remember that.
So,
yeah.
All right. You want to pick your theme for next week? Oh, we need to explain our new little system.
Yeah, this is a new little system that we may or may not stick with, because you know how we are with committing to things.
Yeah, we have a little bit of an issue. But hey, this is like episode 36.
I have no idea.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're rocking it.
Yeah.
We might have 36 listeners.
Maybe.
I
bet if we talked about Trader Joe's items every week, we might have 3.1 million.
Right.
Get Ripple.
Okay, so you're going to pull a topic for next week, and we're starting a new little system, which kind of, I think will be fun.
If we stick to it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's our podcast. We can change the rules anytime we want.
We can do what we want.
But now we have 2 baskets instead of just the one.
Correct. And in one basket is a location. So all of the United States, as well as all of the countries that we have listeners.
Right.
And we're only including the countries that have listeners.
Correct.
So our list is...
Okay, so we have Canada, Turkey, Ireland, United Kingdom, South Africa, Germany, Norway, France, Australia, Argentina, Italy, Netherlands, Japan, Romania, Sweden. And so, yeah, those are our different geographic locations where we have listeners.
I still want to get a big old map and like start pinning where we are.
Because like I said before, it's going to be really depressing when we start taking pins down. So we're going to draw a location.
And then our topics, we have grouped all of our past episodes into kind of like categories, if you will. And our categories are...
We have crime, mystery, conspiracy, paranormal, strange history, and medical oddities.
So it's going to work like this. Like Angela's going to pick from one basket, so it's a location. And then she's going to pick her topic matter. So she has to create next week's story that takes place in that location about that specific topic.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get too hard. I feel like we're making it way more complicated than it needs to be, but I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be,
it'll instead of just having such a broad, internet search, it's going to, narrow it down a lot more, which is going to make it a little more difficult, but it's also going to, I think, help us get to some of the stories that may not be so played out.
True. Very true. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
Okay.
So you're the first one to pick. I'm super excited.
All right.
Basket number one.
Basket number one. This is my region. It is Missouri.
Oh, all right.
Missouri. I don't know much about Missouri.
No. Mm-mm.
And we have category mysteries.
Oh, fun. M&M.
M&M's, mysteries in Missouri.
So we need to take Missouri out, but mysteries can stay back in.
Correct.
Okay. Fun. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to our episode on lucid dreams and our ramblings and us pretending like we know stuff.
Yep. Sweet dreams.
Don't forget to enter our new contest giveaway.
Details to come on Instagram.
Check it out and send us your emails at theripplepodcast@gmail.com. And we will talk with you next week. Don't forget to be a fountain
And not a drain.
Bye.
Bye.